Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Ike's Tech Talk weekly live stream. Y'all know how it goes down on a Thursday night with your boy Ike. What's going on, party people? I can already tell I missed the joke. I didn't get a chance to check out Tech King Mike's stream just yet, man. Was setting up some stuff here on the computer and then had to go full blown daddy mode. My bad, checking out the preview, making sure we good. Had to go daddy mode and put the little one to sleep. So I didn't get a chance to check it out, but I'm definitely gonna check it out after the stream here. Thought I saw something outside. I'm like right next to my patio area, and I thought I could have streamed. Thought I could have saw something moving out there. Kind of scary. I might need to close these blinds, yo. Anyway, got a lot to talk about, man. Y'all already talking about it in the chat. I didn't even get a chance to bring it up yet. But y'all already know, man, it's gonna be a big one for all the fans of Google out there, man. Got a couple of other articles that I do want to get through first because there is, interesting stuff going on, in all avenues of tech, man. Got some pretty interesting rumors. Bradley, you said it's kind of low. Is it low for everybody else, or are we good on audio? Let me know what's up. But yeah, got a couple of rumors and things that I'm kind of interested in talking about and discussing through with y'all. Just kind of some thoughts and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get through roll call, man, so we can start on these articles and get to that beautiful Pixel Fold. Y'all already know. But we'll be talking about that just a little bit later in the stream. Just a little bit later. Everybody else said sounds good. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, Bradley, you might need to turn it up, sir. You got that maxed out, that max volume, sir? You got that max volume, sir? Okay. I'm done. My bad, y'all. But anyway, let me stop. I'm all giggly. Bradley, what's going on, man? Turn that volume up. Sir. What's going on? He said, evening, getting the wallet ready for that Pixel Fold, sir. It is already ready. That's one I know for sure I'm going to be getting, man. Yo, what up? My brother from another mother. Also, keep in mind, the homie LaShawn will be streaming tomorrow night. Yo, LaShawn, we getting ignorant or it's going to be tame tomorrow? I always got to ask for clarification, but he does go live tomorrow night at 9 p.m., so make sure you are there to support the homie, yo. Got Jason C in the building. He said, hashtag G-Spot Fold. Tech King Mike, what up, my brother? He said G-Spot Fold as well. Mike went live just before me, so if you missed it like I did, you gotta go catch that replay, man. I'm sure if it's anything like the stream we had the other week, it got crazy, it got wild, man. It got crazy and wild, so I can't wait to go and check out that replay, man, for sure. Excuse me. My bad, y'all. I need to take down some lemonade. Hold on. This live stream is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, balls in your court. Refreshing. Yo, Evan, man, what's up? G-Spot Fold. Malik, what up? Hawks in the building. Hello, what's up? Got Savage Scientist. Yo, Savage, good job on the live stream, homie. I had a blast. It was super fun listening to LB and Mims go ahead and battle it out, man. So that was pretty dope. Mims, I did side with you. I voted for you as well, man. I don't know if you hear it yet. I know you'll probably come through a little bit later, if anything, but I did vote for Mims. I was more so on his side of that conversation. I know. Contrarians, what can I say? We're young people. And LaShawn said, Ike, you're late. It was just a little bit late. Yo, Umar, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you on that end, dude. Jason C said, reminder, tonight's stream will feature Pixel Fold Talk. And he is correct. It will feature quite a bit of Pixel Talk in general, man. He said, damn, Mike, that fresh cut makes you look like a 16-year-old. Facts, dog, facts. They got the baby face going on. But no, I didn't change it up or anything. I don't have the waves going, obviously, man. I've kind of given up at this point. I know I shouldn't, man. I got a good grade of hair. Should use it, but, man, it's just too much, man. Too much. Yo, Genosis, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you. Everybody was saying, yeah, it was good in terms of the volume. Yo, Sean, what up, man? Hope everything is good with you on that end, dog. What did you think about the Pixel Fold leaks? I know for sure you're one that carries an iPhone and a Pixel, man. So what did you think about the Pixel Fold renders and everything? Yo, Kia, what up? Hope everything is good with you on that end. T.Holla in the building. Good evening. Top flight security of the world is in the building. My homeboy Barry, what's up? Hope everything is good with you. LaShawn said we getting ignorant next week. So you already know. You might I just got a text message. So you already know, you might want to go ahead and make sure that y'all are tuned in on the members only for Ignite next week, because it gets Ignite and it gets real fun as well. So make sure y'all go and show some love to LaShawn. Savage said 10 hut, 10 hut, 10 hut. Let's see, what else? B Floyd in the building. What up? Hope everything is good with you. Umar says, saw the Pixel 8 Pro. I'm going to keep my Pixel 7 Pro. Wow. What made you say that, man? We just not feeling the design? What's going on? Let me know what's up, man. Hold on, y'all. I'm answering the text message. That was... Oh, okay. It wasn't a text message directed to me. It's directed to... We got like a little family chat. My parents just got back from... Where did they go? Abu Dhabi, I think it is. Whatever like the little ritzy area is over there. They just got back and they posted something in the group chat, and my son messaged, and I thought he was messaging me. And I was like, bro, why are you messaging me this late? You need to be in bed. You got school tomorrow. But either way, let's see. I felt like Spectech, I didn't even say what's up. I'm sorry. I hope everything is good with you on that end. Hope everything is good with you. He said, grow them drains. Nah, man, I'm gonna leave that to Mims, dog. I can't do it, dog. I can't do it, man. It's too hot in Florida for that. You already know. Sean said, I'm hoping the renders are accurate because I'm ready to make the purchase immediately. I'm gonna go ahead and change that a little bit. Immediately, not immediately, immediately. Immediately ready to make that purchase. That's what's up. Abu Dhabi reminds me of Garfield cartoon. Yeah. Yo, Johan, what up? My Fold brother from another mother, man. Hey, what did you think about the Pixel Fold renders, dog? I know you got the Z Fold, so I know for you, we're still, waiting on software, but what did you think, man? What did you think? All right, but while we wait on that, we're gonna go ahead and get into some of these articles, man. Now, I did, kind of try to put these in order in regards to, kind of interest for me personally, how I feel about it and things like that. Not just the same renders, just kind of talking about the leaks, as a whole in terms of release date and stuff. Johan said, I'm excited. That's what's up. Oh, they look good. Or they look great. Yeah, man, I think so too. I have 4K 60 on all lens and can switch between them with no problem. Spending 300, 600 for a phone with flat screen isn't worth them. Save my money. Yeah, and honestly, I think it's going to be pretty incremental, man. And I think that's definitely okay. Obviously, the more exciting of the two devices is definitely going to be the foldable. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So we got this one. There we go. So first things first, we got to give a little bit of iPhone love out there because your boy does rock with Apple as well. Pretty much rock with everybody at this point. But anyway, iPhone 15 Pro predicted to see the first price increase since the iPhone 10. Right off the bat, man, y'all already know. We got to talk a little bit about it. We're getting some price raises. Now, based off of what it looks like they're adding, and we're not going to spend too much time on this because obviously, this is just rumors. We had rumors, I think, last year, the year before, that they were going to raise the, the price or whatever, and they didn't. So, obviously, this isn't anything concrete. I'm not bashing Apple or nothing like that. In all honesty, if we're talking, I would say $100 difference, $50 to $100 difference, I'm honestly not too upset about that, considering everything that's supposed to be coming, right? So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it. So Apple's next generation iPhone 15 and 15 Pro Max will likely be more expensive than previous Pro models. According to Jeff Poo, never heard of him, a tech analyst at Hong Kong-based investment firm, Hai Tong International Securities. And a research note this week, Pooh predicted the iPhone 15 Pro models will see a price increase due to several rumored hardware upgrades. So I'm wondering if we're seeing price increases based off of just rumors, like if he's just saying, hey, I'm thinking it's gonna be more expensive because of the fact that they're adding in all of this other stuff, or if he's actually saying, hey, it is gonna be more expensive, I got it on good ear from a good source. Honestly, can't tell whenever you're talking about these analysts and things like that, man, but still interesting nonetheless. Yeah, several rumored hardware upgrades, a titanium frame. I'm definitely hype about that. I think titanium is going to be dope because it's going to, I want to say titanium versus what they're using right now, which is stainless steel, is lighter. So one of the kind of things that a lot of people call out on the max size devices is just how heavy they are. Like they almost kind of feel like foldable weight, in all honesty. I think the Z Fold 4 is only like, I want to say 12 or 15 grams heavier than the 14 Pro Max. So that'll be good to see. Reduce that weight. Solid state buttons with haptic feedback for taptic triggers. For this, I honestly think it's going to be kind of like when they did the haptic button on the home button. I think it's going to be something similar to that, in all honesty. Where like obviously the little cutout for the buttons is still going to be machined there. You just won't physically be pressing a button. But if that's any indication on how it's going to be presented, I can definitely say I'm a fan. The little taptic home button, I was a fan of that. I thought it was pretty dope. An A17 Bionic, more RAM. That's always good to see more RAM, not closing out stuff in the background. And then obviously periscope, increased optical zoom on the Pro Max. Thank you, Lord. Apple, we've needed this for years. Definitely happy to finally see, or not see, but definitely finally happy to hear consistently from multiple sources that it's going to be coming. And then they quoted more. So they were saying this is the second time that a price increase has been rumored for the 15 Pro models following an unverified claim on Weibo in January. But whether Apple finally raises prices for the device remains to be seen, which is kind of what we said a little bit earlier. In the US, the Pro model has started at $1,000 since the iPhone 10 released in 2017. Pro Max has always been $1,100 since the 10s Max the following year. So since 2018, we haven't had a price increase. So like I said, I'm not in the camp of like, oh, we should just be giving more money. Like, of course not. But if they raise the price by, 50 or $100 after, what is it? They said 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22. So after 5 years, when everybody else has been kind of steadily increasing prices, I think I would be okay with that. I think I would be okay with that. Still may not necessarily be the best value, but like I said, for everything that's rumored to come, should be okay. But outside of the US is where it gets interesting, because outside of the US, they have increased their pricing. So Apple has increased the prices of the iPhone multiple times in recent years, largely due to foreign currency fluctuations. In the UK, for example, the 14 Pro starts at $1099 compared to the $949 13 Pro. I'm guessing Pro Max is 100 euros more expensive than that. A price increase in the US is plausible given above average inflation rates. Apple has managed to keep starting prices unchanged for 6 straight generations of Pro model, but prices will likely have to increase eventually for the company to maintain its profit margins. Okay, I'm not saying we need to increase prices for them to keep their profit margins, because Apple makes more than enough money off of iPhone sales. So I'm not saying increase prices because of y'all profit margins. Increase prices because R&D is more expensive. You're trying to do more in the phones, put more in the phones. I'm fine with you increasing prices if the phone does more. I could give two you-know-whats about y'all profit margins. It's unclear if the standard iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will also see a price increase over the 14 and 14 Plus, which start at $799 and $899 respectively. In my opinion, that should honestly come down a little bit. I don't think the 14 Plus at $899 is a great value. Like, I don't think it's a great value. It's probably an awesome phone, for those who it's meant for, but I don't believe it's a great value, in my opinion. Apple is expected to announce the 15 series in September as usual. All 4 devices are rumored to feature USB-C port, dynamic island, slightly more curved frame, and over 10 additional features and changes are rumored for the Pro model. So likely to see them raise the price based off of them adding, more tech and stuff. Using titanium, I know that's got to be more expensive than stainless steel. So some stuff like that. Like I said, I'm cool with it as long as we're getting better devices overall. I'm cool with a little bit of a price increase. But let's get into what y'all thinking, Mike. B Floyd said, and I will rock this 12 Pro Max until they stop supporting it. Yeah, you're gonna be rocking it for a while, B Floyd. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. And people will just keep buying even if they jacked it up. Yeah, 250 is a little steep though, Jason C. Like, when you think about it, Pro Max is already what, 11? So we're talking 1350 for a base model 100. And they would have to increase double that storage size to 256 off rip, because 1350 for a 128 gigabyte model, that's kind of snapping a little bit in my opinion. Said process made Pooh famous. Facts. I never heard of Pooh. Yeah, me neither. Me neither, Johan. Titanium, my sir. Titanium. Get out of the bathroom. Facts, dog. That's funny. That's funny. Oh man. Ooh, Apple getting some fake moon soon. I'm done with y'all. I'm gonna be honest and transparent, man. Like I have been seeing everything talking about the fake photos in the moon. I'm not gonna talk about that tonight, man. I honestly don't have a horse in that race. I don't take shots of the moon at all. So, kind of whatever they're doing is, whatever they're doing. All I can say to it, man, is if you're interested in buying that device for, that purpose, just do your research and kind of, know going in what you're getting into. But Sean likes to call me the nicest man in tech, and I try to play it, as neutral as possible. I tend to play it neutral when I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't know all of the science and the tech behind everybody, taking these photos of, pictures of their monitors with the moon, and I'm just not gonna get into that. Like, there's already enough going on with that, man. I'm just not gonna give that any more, any more fire or anything like that. So we gonna keep it moving. Johan said it makes sense for them to increase prices due to the titanium frame. That's what I was saying too as well. Barry said, I can't get mad at Apple for increasing prices. Yeah, Barry, as long as they're doing it with the perspective of making sure that they're giving us a better device, I'm 100% on board. But giving us something iterative over the 14 Pro Max and just saying profit margins, nah, they're gonna get a ton of hate, at least from me, in that regard. Because like I said, profit margins, I could care less about that. Give us a better product, people will pay for it, right? Price increase for iMoon. Stop it, Genosis. Stop it. Yo, Gwendolyn, what up? What up? Hope everything is good with you on that end. Weinbach has dropped some R&D stats. I need to go check that out. What kind of stats, Genosis? Like just how much different things cost? It's always about that profit margin. I mean, this is the year that we're supposed to see kind of like the major changes, right? Because we got what? 12 Pro Max was like the design change. We went to the more boxy design, but 12 Pro Max was like the change. Then we had 13 Pro Max, which was iterative, 14 Pro Max, which was iterative. So this year being that third year is when we supposed to see bigger changes. And I honestly, man, them changing the feel of the device, because we're getting that rounded back versus those super sharp edges, adding periscope lens, solid state buttons, USB Type-C, titanium build. Hopefully they squash all their issues with iOS 17. Shaping up for a pretty dope iPhone in my opinion, man. But we'll definitely see what happens, man. We won't know until September when it drops. Barry said, I can say that Ike has never hit me up about moon photos. Facts, dog. Ike will be shooting the moon later, just to be transparent. Dude, I'm working on my S22 Ultra coverage now. Some things in the background kind of set me back a little bit. Things going on in the personal life. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even talking about the moonshots in it at all. I just don't take it. And y'all know me, man. Like when it comes to my content, I always try to gear it towards what I use the device for. If people are trying to get a general perspective, there's hundreds of channels giving general perspectives. I'm gonna use the device how I would use the device and tell you about it. That's always been my MO. So I'm not trying to appease, any other target. Just anyone who wants to know about the device from my perspective is more than welcome, but I won't be talking about moon photos. Malik said Apple is gonna keep Appling because they know they got folks out there on lock, and that's definitely true, man. I'll never forget it. I was reading up when who was it? I think it was Eddie Q. Shout out to Eddie Q, man. Eddie Q is like the unsung hero to anybody trying to get some of these Apple services on other platforms. Like Eddie Q, and like I think they said it was like 2018 or something like that. Eddie Q was lobbying to have FaceTime, iMessage. Apple Music did eventually come, but like all of these Apple ecosystem focused features brought over to Android, making it open. And he was talking about doing a subscription service. And believe it or not, Craig Federighi, the guy who's in charge of software, he was like, no, he was like, we want to have that lock-in. We want this to be exclusive because then when people get into it, they really can't get out. Whereas like, if that's your philosophy, you want to lock people in based off of features, that's cool. I'm not knocking it. It's their hustle. Do what you got to do to make that bank. But me personally, I will always be in the camp of, I'm going to try to win you over with offering the best product out there. You know what I'm saying? If I can give you the absolute best product I can and win you over that way, I can keep you coming back versus having you locked in where you're not necessarily happy with the device, but you're only buying it because you got to stay, you know, with iMessage, or you have to have FaceTime or whatever. So I'll always be in the camp, man, where if you're going to lock somebody in, you should lock them in based off of just making a good product. Like if Apple would have bought iMessage and FaceTime and all that stuff to Android and, you know, threw a subscription behind it and just focused on making the best possible iPhone that they could, I still think the people who choose iPhone would still choose iPhones. Now, would you see people start to move over to the Android camp? Yeah, but it's because there's things about Android that you can't do with iOS, you know, pretty basic things. So it's one of those things, man, where it's like, I would really love to see Apple focus on just making the absolute best phone that they can make, rather than focusing on services that are designed to lock you in, right? Focus on a great product. A great product is what's going to win people over. There's a reason that I chose, you know, when I really started to get into, you know, iPhones and things like that, there was a reason that I chose the iPhone 4 over pretty much everything else, you know, on the Android landscape, because it was a better product at that time. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Just my little Emma. I'm going to shut up about it because we got tons of articles to get through, man. Bro, I said I love to take pictures of sunsets. I do like sunset pictures though. Those are pretty dope. I ain't even gonna lie. Oh, how much iPhone R&D is? I'll definitely have to check that out. Genosis, drop me a link, man, if you got one. I don't know if you can drop a link, but you can even at me on Twitter, dude, because I am interested in that. Kinda, Johan. So let me pull out my 14 Pro Max, and then we'll finish up these comments and then keep it moving. So let me switch over to the top down. Let me bring in the sponsor of today's live stream. We'll run with this one. So sponsor of today's live stream, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, ball is in y'all court. My phone is on. So this is the iPhone right now. You got the flat edges here, flat edges here. The back is going to be rounded. So while these will stay flat, like these will stay, you know, kind of chamfered, well, not chamfered, but like flat, the back area will curve. That way, when you hold it in your hand isn't hitting these rough, or not rough, but these kind of sharp edges on the back. It'll be rounded. So it'll kind of look like, if you remember the iPhone SE. No, not iPhone SE, the iPhone 5C, my bad. The iPhone 5C. If you remember the iPhone 5C, Johan, it's kind of going to be like that, obviously with the big camera bump on the back, and it's going to be titanium instead of stainless steel. So think of iPhone 5C, but like an upgraded, way better built version of it, you know? I had the 5C and that thing was built trash. My thing like was about to snap in half. Anywho. Savage say, y'all gonna stop hating on the moon. This is what it is. 2013. Thank you, Barry. 2013, Eddie tried to bring iMessage to Android. Other execs told him, no, we won't be able to sell phones. That right there is you telling me as a consumer that your product is not good enough to win people over on its own. You have to design services to lock people in to keep them. That is, and I promise I said I was going to get off of it, but that is just fundamentally wrong in my opinion. It's not going to stop me from buying iPhones, but that is fundamentally wrong in my opinion. Jason C says software experience sold the iPhone. Exactly. Like I was on iPhones before iMessage and FaceTime. Well, FaceTime came out with the iPhone 4. But even before that, like I've been rocking with iPhones, man, since the original iPhone. Found it. Okay, cool. He's gonna at me on it. Appreciate you, Genosis. They say they'll put USB-C, but I did see that too, Malik, and I'm not feeling that either. It's like, if you're gonna put it on there, just put it on there, man. Just put it on there. All right, let's go ahead and get into this next article. Shout out to the good folks over at Mac Rumors for writing that up with us. Yo, Real Savage, what up? Hope everything is good with you, man. All right, DM'd it to me. Appreciate you, Genosis. Appreciate it, man. I'm gonna take a look at it after the stream. So next up, we got Android 13 QPR 3 Beta 1. I know these are mad confusing. Easiest way to think about it, the next feature drop that we get, which will be the last one before Android 14, that's what this beta is for. So not a lot to be expected to be changed, because obviously they're switching gears and starting to focus on Android 14 now. So not a whole lot. So we're going to breeze through this and just look at some of the changes real quick, and then we can get into some of the other stuff here. So We got UI tweaks to the home controls. So tweaked home controls from Android 14 Developer Preview 2 are now live. So bringing over some of that Android 14 goodness into the 13 QPR. That's what's up. The tiles are now narrower and more compact, while the name of your home is higher up on the screen. As a result, you now see that Google Home / app logo and name at the top when you open a device. Additionally, the overflow menu gets an open app shortcut. Dope. Pixel display color profile significantly tweaked, so I'm guessing the right is what it was before and the left is what it is now, because this looks a little bit better than that to me, unless I'm just reading what they're doing wrong. Not too sure, but either way, I want them to open this up for you to be able to custom do it yourself, like kind of tailor it to what you like. Some people like cooler screens, some people like warmer screens. So would be dope to see that this actually comes out and lets you kind of have full control over it. Full screen wallpaper preview. So when you're checking out your wallpapers to see if you like them, you can check them out in full screen. Nice little quality of life. Battery percentage is back in the top right corner when you swipe down once for notifications. So now when you swipe down that first time, instead of it not being there, it's gonna be right there. And I actually prefer this to the little timer because this wasn't always the most accurate for me. But I just give me the battery percentage and I'm cool. And then these are just resolved issues from the QPR2. So a bunch of issues were solved there. I'll let y'all, you can pause the stream or whatever and read that. Got some known issues, and that's kind of the meat and potatoes. If you ever want to find like those super deep dive on new Android updates, there is a Twitter account. What is it? Let me see if I can find him really quick. It starts with an M. It's like Misham or Misham? Misham? Maybe? No? QPR3 deep dive. Let me see if it comes up here. Nah. Here it is. I'm just gonna bring this up here for a sec. You want to follow this guy right here. He works, I know he does some things over at XDA. Give this guy a follow, man. Give this guy a follow. He always does a great job with these breakdowns. I'm not gonna go through it right this minute, but he does a fantastic job with his breakdowns, man. Let me see if I can find the one that he did. Just trying to like fast scroll through this. Here it is. So this is the actual tweet itself. Here's what's new in 13 QPR3. Give him a follow. Go check him out. He does such a good job deep diving through, man. So give him a follow. It's Michelle. I think that's how you pronounce it. Rahman. Mishaal Rahman. Give him a follow. And I thought I was following him, but I am now. So go ahead and give him a follow. Could have sworn I was before. But either way, give him a follow. He does such a fantastic job breaking this stuff down, man. All right, now, we skipped ahead a little bit. Y'all weren't supposed to see that. All right, Samsung isn't repeating the same mistakes. Appreciate you, Barry. The same mistakes with the Galaxy Watch 6. So, but only allegedly on one model. And what that means is the Classic is hopefully, now we're hearing from a lot of sources it is, but the Classic is back, man, which means yes, that rotating bezel has returned. That is the one thing I miss when rocking the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro is the rotating bezel. It is such a dope feature, and I'm so happy that we're starting to hear rumblings that it's gonna make a return. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. When you make a device as popular as the Samsung Galaxy Watch series, it's hard to read what the critics have to say, but it looks like Samsung's product development team is a rather humble group that is willing to take constructive criticism into account and improve its future products. That's why the latest Galaxy Watch 6 rumors and leaks have me very excited about what's in store for this year's best Android watches. In particular, I'm very happy about one feature that seems to be making a big return, the physically rotating bezel. In fact, the Galaxy Watch 6 looks like it's going the route of the Galaxy Watch 4 in many ways, starting with the return of the classic model. Thank the Lord, man. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for that. Yo, Ish, man, I saw you slide through. What up, what up? Hope everything is good with you. Easy E is in the building. Eric from Easy Computer Solutions. What up, homie? Hope everything is good with you as well. Johan said the most uncomfortable part about the 14 Pro Max, phone one-handed, ring finger. Yep, and that's exactly what they're trying to prevent with this new kind of design, Johan. Spot on, dog. Spot on. But yeah, man, absolutely 110% excited to see this, yo. Yo, Ish, man, hope everything gets a little bit better, man. At least tomorrow's Friday. I kind of will say that, man. Been a pretty hard one on me too, man. But like I said, the weekend is almost upon us, homie. Savage said the rotating bezel is the main sell point of Samsung. I felt that way too. Now, the one thing that did get me to, but trade in the Watch 4 Classic for this was the battery life. So let me tell you, dog, if we get the same battery life and the rotating bezel, this will be gone day one. That'll be an instant trade-in for me. They don't even have to improve nothing else. Give me $250 for this or $200 for this. I don't care if it's $350 or $400. I'm buying it. Give me my rotating bezel and the same battery life, and it's over. Hey, Jason C with the $10 super chat, homie. He said the Pixel Fold funds. Hey, appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much for that $10 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Migs in the building. He said the orange and blue skies. You mean that Goku, that Kakarot? Nah, Migs just got the brand new controller, the Xbox One controller, or Xbox Series X controller, man. The Goku colorway, the Kakarot colorway. But yeah, man, I'm absolutely super happy to see that this is making a triumphant return, man. Cannot wait for this bad boy to come out. It also looks like we're not even really doing the whole normal and pro. Seems like we're gonna just have normal Galaxy Watch 6, which they are offering a bigger size in the normal Galaxy Watch 6, which is pretty interesting. And then we're gonna have two sizes of the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. So we're gonna have a 42 millimeters Classic with the rotating bezel and a 46. Now you already know I'm going for the 46. It's gonna be the bigger casing, more battery. So let me get that. Oh, you personalized it. I didn't know that you custom created that. That makes it even more dope, dog. Got that Kakarot colorway. That Kakarot. You should have got Kakarot engraved on the back of it. All right, let's go ahead and keep it going. But yeah, so with the Galaxy Watch 5, Samsung got rid of the classic model in favor of the Pro, a beefier smartwatch with a bigger battery, bigger display, bigger casing, a few more features, and no rotating bezel. By all accounts, the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro was a mistake because it removed one of the best features the Galaxy Watch had, the physically rotating bezel. And I do agree. I think that was a mistake for them to remove that. Now, instead of just providing bigger watches with the same design, Samsung is apparently returning to two sizes of each watch type. Good on Samsung for releasing two sizes for each model. That's super important for a watch, especially since people's wrists differ in size. Spot on. Google, absolutely take a page out of that book. We need a bigger Pixel watch. Not that I personally need it because my wrists are really small. I just want the bigger casing and more battery. But take notes. The regular Watch 6 will retain the digital bezel, while both classic models will see a slight size bump since they've got a rotating physical bezel on the front. If you've ever used a Galaxy Watch with a physically rotating bezel, I don't need to explain why it's so great. If you've only ever used a smartwatch that has a rotating crown, there are several reasons why a rotating bezel is a superior design. I definitely don't disagree with that. Like, the thing with the crown, and it's not that, and I'll bring in the Apple Watch, and this is not going to turn into Apple Watch versus Galaxy Watch, so I'm not doing it, so stop it. I'm letting y'all know now, stop it. But when you bring in the Apple Watch here, when you got this crown, it kind of pokes out to the side, it kind of protrudes quite a bit. Whereas with the Galaxy Watch, even here on the Pro, the buttons don't protrude nearly as much from the watch itself, right? So if they add that rotating bezel, you don't have to worry about your crown sticking out. And the crown on the Pixel Watch sticks out even further than it does on the Apple Watch. So that's, like I said, definitely one reason why, you know, I'm not necessarily, I won't say I'm not the biggest fan of the crown. It really doesn't matter to me, but that's one of the reasons I do prefer the physical rotating bezel. Back to this one here. I know, Megs, I'm about to start a war, dog. I know. First off, it doesn't get in the way when working out. Kind of like what I was saying with it, you know, protruding out. No matter where you situate a watch crown, it's still going to accidentally get pressed while working out because of how the human wrist moves. So like as you're, you know, lifting, and anyone who's, you know, lifted or anything like that, can kind of, when you're lifting your weights or whatever, your arms kind of flex. So unless you turn your watch the opposite direction, your wrist will hit the crown. That's happened to me personally as well. Even though I don't look like I work out, but you know, everybody has a past. I have to flip my Pixel Watch. See exactly what he was saying here. I have to flip my Pixel Watch around or put it on my other arm, which if you're benching, both of your wrists are going to do it. So it wouldn't matter which, you know, which wrist you put it on. But just to avoid that problem. Second, it's less awkward to use. When you use your watch with your offhand, it makes more sense to be rotating a bezel around instead of scrolling through notifications with a single finger or a tiny crown. Not only that, but even with the excellent haptics of the Pixel Watch, a rotating crown makes it easier to precisely and quickly choose apps and tiles when scrolling through them. Lastly, the UI just works so well with the physically rotating bezel that it doesn't make sense to ship a Galaxy Watch without one. I imagine the reason Samsung was trying to get rid of the bezel was down to manufacturing costs, difficulty over anything, but given the product's overall design, including the OS, Galaxy Watch without the bezel feels a lot like buying a car without air conditioning. I don't know if I would go that far necessarily. It doesn't feel like that big of a miss, but it is something that I do miss a lot. But I wouldn't say, like, a car, at least here in Florida, I can't drive a car without air conditioning. So that's kind of a deal breaker. I wouldn't say the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro without the bezel is a deal breaker. It's a feature that should just be there, no questions asked. I do agree with that, but like I said, not a deal breaker. One of the more unique features about the Galaxy Watch in a sea of similar devices, removing your most unique feature is never the right move. I agree with that. Rounding out the design, so it's going to kind of round it out. So instead of having like the sharp edges that kind of just fall off, it's kind of going to round out like the Pixel Watch. So pretty dope in that regard too. The designs are getting curvier, batteries are getting bigger. More than likely, only the regular Watch 6 would see curved glass, since it'll likely retain the digital bezel. And to be frank, a digital bezel works a little better on curved glasses. I would agree with that. I have the digital bezel turned completely off on my watch. I don't like it on the 5 Pro. Samsung is also purportedly upgrading the battery size on all 4 models, likely bringing the battery life more in line with the target of 50 hours on a single charge. 50 hours, 24, 48. It's like 2 days. I can say, well, they might be talking like with workouts and all that stuff. I don't use a lot of that stuff on my watch, and I'm getting like I'm getting between 3.5 to 4 regularly. Like I'm only charging my watch like on that 4th day is when I have to charge my watch. So battery life has been outstanding for me. All in all, these are stellar changes for Samsung's newest lineup, and I think the right moves for the company to make to continue solidifying itself as the best smartwatch maker in the Android world. As of right now, I would agree with that. I think the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro is currently the best Wear OS watch, preface that again, Wear OS watch that you can get on the market. Pixel Watches is good, but I need Google to throw in some of those googly features to make it different. Right now, there's nothing really differentiating a Pixel Watch from a Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. And generally, they're in the same price bracket. I think the LTE model of the Pixel Watch is around, what, 400? I think the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro cellular is about 400 or 450. And I'm gonna be honest, if someone asked me which one, I would say spend the extra $50. You're getting way more battery, a bigger watch, so you're getting a bigger display, and like I said, more battery. Who wants to charge a watch every single night? But super dope, absolutely feeling it. Hope that this is true. If it is, and we still get that same great battery life, my Watch 5 Pro will be traded in for sure. Now, I'm gonna let y'all know, if you are not a fan of Google or not a fan of the Pixel, the rest of this stream, so the next 20 minutes, is gonna be Pixel talk. and we going in. Now, I will say, as much as I love Google and Pixel and what, Google's doing with the Pixel, that is not me saying that Samsung doesn't make great devices. The S23 Ultra right now, pound for pound, in my opinion, based off of devices that I can, based off of domestic devices, I had to make sure I said that right. Based off of domestic devices here to the States, pound for pound, this has my vote as the top dog right now. Now, we still have the Xiaomi 13 Pro, which you can import that in. There is a global model. I don't have that device, so I can't say that's better than this or this is better than that. I know based off of my experience with MIUI, unless they've changed a lot, I personally prefer the S23 Ultra, not because of cameras or any one thing, but overall, I prefer the S23 Ultra. Now, the true competitor to this from Xiaomi has not dropped yet. That is the 13 Ultra, and that is a device I hope I am financially in a place where I can get that to cover for the channel, because it has me really, really excited. So as of right now, S23 Ultra is my top dog. I want to make sure I preface that before getting into this, because I'm about to sound like the biggest Pixel fanboy you ever heard. Point blank, period. Sean said, I really like the idea of rotating bezel. Hope they bring that back. Facts, facts. Now we know why the Pixel Watch is number 2 and number Samsung took away the rotating bezel. That is interesting too. I didn't have that article. Hopefully, LaShawn can cover it tomorrow. But Pixel Watch is number 2, which was definitely interesting. I did not expect that. I'm proud of Google. That's dope. I am seeing Pixel Watches out in the wild. Like when I go to Disney, I see people with their Pixels. I do see Pixel Watches, so I am happy to see that. Just overall for me, I prefer, Watch 5 Pro. When I'm rocking my Pixel, I obviously rock my Pixel Watch with it though. The Pixel Watch should be just as unique in software. I agree 100%, Johan. Once they can drop like call screen, the faster voice dictation, stuff like that on the Pixel Watch, now we're cooking with hot grease, man. Now we're cooking with hot grease. Last time not last time, but when I saw the article, Genosis, it was global, man. It was global. It was global. If we have a little bit of time left over after we cover the Pixel stuff, I might just pull that up real quick. If not, I know if anything, LaShawn will cover it tomorrow and we'll be able to talk about it tomorrow on open mic night. But I want to say it was global though. It was the number 2 behind the Apple Watch, which, like I said, super surprising, man, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because it makes Samsung have to say, you know what? We got to come harder with the Watch 6. You know what I mean? And we're getting Watch 6 Classic, rotating bezel, bigger battery. So they over here trying to compete, man. They are trying to compete. So you said there's only 3 smartwatches in NA. I know, but I'm surprised that the Pixel Watch is beating the Galaxy Watch, considering there's more Galaxy devices being sold than Pixel devices. So what that makes me think is maybe every person buying a Galaxy isn't necessarily buying a watch to go with it, or a Galaxy Watch to go with it, maybe. I'm not saying people are buying Pixel Watches with these, but maybe they're buying like a Fitbit or something like that. So super interesting. Speaking of the S23U, why in the blue hell does Samsung have the volume button followed by the power button on the same side? I know, and it's weird, right? Because I kind of switch back and forth between these two, and they're the exact opposite. Pixel has the power button first, then the volume. Samsung has the power button, or has the volume, then the power button. For me, I have to take a couple of hours to get used to it whenever I switch between them. I wish there was one standard that everybody followed and we could kind of call it a day. Because I know that there's some Android manufacturers who do the iPhone approach where volume buttons is on one side, power button is on the other. But the thing about that is when I'm gripping my iPhone a certain way, matter of fact, here, I'll do the top down. If I grip my iPhone in a certain way, like to lock it, I'm hitting this as well, which is taking screenshots. So I get a lot of accidental screenshots. So it's kind of one of those things, man, where it's like, I don't think anyone has figured out the perfect way to do it. I think no matter which way they do it, it'll always, end up, missing the mark with with somebody. So kind of is what it is. Appreciate it, Barry. Yeah, like I said, just some thoughts, man. Just some thoughts. T-Dot said, I think the Pixel Watch numbers include... Oh, so that is more telling. So if the Pixel Watch numbers includes Fitbits, I wonder how much of the total amount are Pixel Watches. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't. Oh, appreciate it, Sean. He just clarified here too. Google is number 2, not the Pixel Watch is number 2. So that clarifies it. Thank you. Because then that tells me if it's, Fitbit's included, I see if I'm like, going out to Disney, heavily populated area, obviously it's not the biggest sample size, but it is a pretty big sample size. I'm seeing Apple Watches, number 1, because most people are carrying iPhones. I would say Fitbit's number 2, and that's just when people are carrying an Android phone or an iPhone. I see Fitbits pretty regularly. After that, I would say Galaxy watches and Pixel watches are about even. Like if I see somebody with a Galaxy, generally they either have a Fitbit or a Galaxy watch, Pixel watch, or a Fitbit. But I see Apple watches and Fitbits like it's almost like a 20-1 versus the other two platforms. So that explains it. Maybe it's less Pixel watches are sold than Galaxy watches, but altogether when you factor in Fitbits, that's why Google is number 2. The way a lot of the articles make it seem is like the Pixel watch is number 2. So I'm happy that y'all cleared that up for me. I'm happy about that. See, Savage is right here saying the opposite. I hate the volume button and power, or the volume buttons and power button to be on opposite sides. So it's one of those things, no matter which way they go, somebody's not going to like it. That's a good point, Genosis. My only counter to that would be there's not a lot of watches globally that are really supporting Wear OS. Like when you look at Wear OS, there's honestly only 3 main players right now. You got Samsung, you got Google, and you have Mob Boy with the TicWatch. So there's only really 3 competitors in the Android space, and then Apple doesn't count because it's the Apple Watch. They're all, running the same OS or whatever. So yeah, like I said, that would be my only counter to that. Like it's not a lot of watches, globally running on Wear OS, because if we're talking about operating systems, as much as, the third-party operating systems from like Xiaomi and Huawei are good, right? For me personally, I couldn't rock that daily because I like having Google Maps on my wrist. I like being able to, and I won't say respond to notifications. I know some of them you can respond to notifications, but I want Google apps on my wrist. That's part of the point of me wearing, a Google smartwatch. I have access to access to the assistant, all of that stuff. So like a Huawei watch or a Xiaomi watch without Wear OS is a no-go for me. But all depends. Power button on top? Savage, what device are you using that got the power button on top? Or do you mean on top of the volume rocker? Kind of like the Pixel. Because you're saying power button on the top. Oh, Fossil. Fossil is another player. My bad. Fossil is another player too. Fossil as well. But if you're talking HTC power button like up here, sir, we ain't had a device with that in forever, Savage. Pour one out for HTC. Yeah, my bad, Bradley. I did forget Fossil. Fossil is another one. Yeah, on the top side of the phone, we ain't had one of them in a minute, Savage. It's been a while. But let's go ahead and get into this last one here, man. We got Google Pixel 8 Pro renders leak. Pixel Fold and 7a are rumored to arrive in June. LaShawn, stop it, sir. Stop it. The Google Pixel 8 Pro has leaked today in CAD-based renders, and it keeps the same design language as its predecessor by the looks. I said that right, predecessor. By the looks of it. It's quite early for these renders, as the phone should only be released in October. That read kind of weird. But Google might tease it on May 10th during its I/O developer conference, just as it did last year with the Pixel 7 series. So I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, I'm looking at my Pixel 7 Pro, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I prefer this or this one. Like I really don't know. I think I might like the 7 Pro camera better. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that the 8 Pro is ugly. I think that this looks really, really clean. But and it does look a little bit more rounded too. I kind of noticed that. Like it's not as boxy, it's more rounded. But I think I like the camera bar, like the separation with that metal on the 7 Pro. I don't know. It kind of gives the periscope its own little like island area. I don't know. I think I might like the 7 Pro camera bar a little bit more. What I will say though is I'm happy whatever the sensor is, rumored to be like a LiDAR or like time of flight, which will help with like autofocus and stuff like that. I am happy to see something like that on the Pixel. And I think that, overall, if they had to fit it that way, I think that this is the best way to do it. Because it looks like they have to do it this way to fit this extra sensor here. But in all honesty, I think that it looks closer to what they're doing with Pixel Fold than, Pixel 7 Pro, which, like I said, both look good. I think I overall like the 7 Pro a little bit better, though. Pixel 8 Pro has more rounded corners compared to last year's Pixel 7 Pro with a less boxy overall appearance. Exactly what I said there. Camera island is different too, even if it's still instantly recognizable as belonging to a Pixel. And that's the one thing I can appreciate. Regardless that it looks a little bit different, it is still undeniably Pixel. And I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Keep the design language as similar as possible so we can get more case manufacturers to start making cases for your phone. Because that was one of my biggest pet peeves with the Pixel series last year, was trying to find great cases is tough because most of the heavy hitters aren't making cases for this phone. We get like Spigen and Caseology and people like that, but like your Kadabi, Binks, all of them, like they're not making cases for the Pixel. So as long as we keep the design language fairly similar, they'll eventually get on board. At least that's my thought process. This time around, it looks like Google chose to house all three cameras in the same oval opening in the metal. There's also a new sensor under the flash, though at the moment, it's unclear what this could be. A lot of people came out later and was saying that they think it's gonna be like a LiDAR time of flight type sensor. Measurements is whatever. It's around 12 millimeters thick. At the camera bump, the display is said to be 6.5, which they clarified that it's the same screen sizes. 6.5 for the base, 6.5 for the base. I think 6.7 for the Pro. So it's like 1 inch smaller kind of thing. But they did clarify that. It's either 6.7 or 6.8 for the Pro. We can also, unsurprisingly, see the power and volume buttons on the right, USB-C port speaker, SIM tray left side. That stuff is standard. Phone is expected to be powered by Tensor 3. We knew that. Based off of Samsung's 2300, uses Samsung's 3nm fabrication process. Could end up improving both performance and efficiency compared to Tensor 2. So them going to that 3nm, we'll see. Samsung Fab historically hasn't always been the best, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. This chip never came out, so we don't know what performance and efficiency looks like from it just yet. I am loving the front. My God, this looks so clean. I know people are gonna talk a lot of trash about the bezels not being the same uniformly around, like fully symmetrical. I'm fine. I ain't tripping about it. It looks super, super clean to me. Moving towards sooner releases, Google Pixel 7a mid-ranger leaked not once, but twice in the past 2 days, and a new report from a usually reliable source claims this device will be released in June. Reliable source. Also in June, the Pixel Fold will hit stores according to the same source. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so excited, man. Oh my God. The Fold will be offered in 2 color versions, carbon and the one that's going to be the best, porcelain, which is that white. Think of them as dark gray or black, and white or off-white. Give us this white colorway. Give us Snow White, man. Give us Snow White, please, please. Yo, Doodle, appreciate you for coming through, man. I'm gonna get to your comment in just 1 second, but I wanted to say what up, man. The device will only be available with 256 gigabytes of storage. Pricing has so far, which leak came out about potential pricing. They said between $1,300 and $1,500. I'm a-okay with that. Which a lot of people was talking about the pricing for the 7 Pro last year was going to be similar to S22 Ultra. Google ended up coming out and completely destroying that price point, offering it at, $9 or $950. I'm expecting the same thing with the Fold. We hear rumors of $1,700 and $1,800. When it actually comes out, it's going to be between $1,300 or $1,500. They will definitely be trying to undercut Samsung for sure. On the other hand, Pixel 7a is rumored to be offered with 128 gigabytes of storage in Arctic Blue, Carbon, and Cotton hues with a possible Jade as well. Think of these as blue, obviously, black, gray, white, and greenish respectively. Pricing is expected to be around 500 euros in the EU. Both the Pixel Fold and the Pixel 7a are allegedly going to be announced at Google I/O's developer conference. Let's go. Like I said before, I have a love-hate relationship with the Pixel Fold coming out early because I would love. It's weird. I want it to come out now because I want it in my hands now, right? But if they were to come out and say, hey, we're going to delay this a little bit until the fall so we can put Tensor G3 in it, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. So I'm a little bit torn, man. I'm not too sure. Either way, I'm buying it day one. I really don't care. Tensor 2 has been fantastic for me personally. But like I said, I'm wondering what release cycle that would put this on. Like, would we see, you know, the slab come out in the fall with the foldable coming out in the summer from now on? Next year, does the foldable drop back down to the, you know, the fall timeline or whatever as well? Like, that's kind of what I'm curious about. So we'll kind of see that as time goes on, obviously, though. Let's see. Pixel Fold in June is smart. Google, yep, get in front of the Z Fold 5. Never been a fan of that October release, though. Barry said, I like the 7 Pro better, but I think, yep, 8 Pro and Fold. I agree. And he said marching, but merging, like the actual design language. I agree with that, Barry. Pixel 8 Pro equals S22/3 design with the Pixel camera. Yeah, more rounded. I can see that a little bit. For better, for sure. I like the 7 Pro camera bar more than the 8, but the 6 Pro's camera bar is the best by far. I let my mom-in-law borrow my 6 Pro. Her phone's being repaired. I don't have them to compare, but I don't know, man. I love the silver hit with the white on this one. Maybe that's what it is that gets me. But if I had a different color, maybe I would agree with you, Sean, if I had a different color. Johan said, I'm okay with the 8 Pro design, but the camera does look better on the 7 Pro. Yeah, exactly, Johan. We'll get used to it, and we might even grow to like it. Same. I agree with that. Umar said, I prefer the more boxy look. Definitely. Side-mounted volume and power buttons, good, but software volume and power toggles using good lock 100 operations and more doodle stuff. I do like one-handed operations though, Doodle. One-handed operations is pretty fire. I will give you that for sure. I hope it's solely over LiDAR, but India will ruin. Hey, I want to say, because I think Soli did get banned or something in India or whatever. Snow gang all day. You already know. Google has kept the camera design the same, which is fine, but still looks different. Unlike the iPhone, which looks the same for 4 generations and going to be the same this year. Yeah, it's going to be, you know, I mean, I think it'll look different in the sense that now we got that periscope. So unless Apple is going to do something completely different, you know, they're kind of going to have to change up the way that the individual cameras look a little bit, because that periscope is as a rectangle versus being a circle. So it'll probably be a circle with the, you know, the rectangle there, but for the most part, yeah, Brad, it's gonna be pretty much the same. I'll be super surprised if Google does with a glossy over matte. Facts, we've been asking for a matte for like 2 years now, Genosis. Facts. That is a very good point. I'm hoping we see matte this year. That would be dope. Say, yep, that silver. Yeah, I think that's what it is for me, Barry. That makes me prefer the 7 Pro overall, like in terms of the camera, than the 6 Pro, is because of the back. For the 6 Pro, I had the black model. And I it's not that I got bored with it, because I always had it in the case anyway, but the silver with white really is eye-catching. Like every time I rock it in my Rinky clear case, anytime I go out, I always have people ask me about this phone. Like they're like, yo, that looks clean. What phone is that? And then I get to talk about the Pixel, and then they're like, oh, I'm about to check that out. And I'm like, yeah, check it out, whatever. But yeah, man, we'll see. I wonder if Google will make a flip like Samsung does. The same way I called last year, Sean, I said this year we'd get Pixel Fold and a Pixel tablet. Pixel Flip next year. Mark my words. Pixel Flip next year. I think Google's trying to build out that portfolio to try to get something in every category that Samsung has in. Because if you look at it, first we got the phone, the 6 Pro. Then last year, we got the watch. We got the Pixel Watch. We got the Pixel Pro Buds last year. We got another beast slab from them. This year, we're getting the Pixel Fold, the Pixel tablet. Like, they're trying to steadily build out that ecosystem, man. I'm telling you. I think we're gonna see them come out with a Pixel Flip next year. I know that they're already working it. We got rumors like that they are already working on like a Z Flip competitor. I'll be interested to see if it comes out next year. I'm betting money that it is though, dog. I got a feeling. I got a feeling. Exactly, Genosis. Yeah, cat renders is just gonna do gloss because we just don't know. But hopefully we have matte for sure. Boo, that hazel color is fire. Aunt Hazel all day. Y'all added the aunt. LaShawn got that Aunt Hazel. Aunt Hazel. Aunt Hazel. I don't rock a case in the Pixel 7 Pro. It is pretty slippery. It is pretty slippery, homie. But with that, ladies and gents, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one on up. Let me go ahead and bring back the face cam. Special shout out to all of you who joined us live, and even for those on a replay squad, man, thanks for stopping through. Thanks for the love and the support as always, man. Like I said earlier in the stream, we got some dope streams coming up. Juan and TK Bay will most likely be live later on tonight. Usually 11:15, 11:30 is when they go live. If not, they'll be live tomorrow. Go subscribe to Best of Our Week on YouTube. Show them good dudes some love as well. Tomorrow, I'm looking at Johan's comment. Tomorrow, again, we got LaShawn with the open mic night, and we're keeping it clean. Keep that in mind. Keeping it clean tomorrow. But we'll have some fun over there tomorrow, man. But as always, guys, thank y'all so much for coming through. This is Ike's Tech Talk. I'll catch you all in the next live stream, man. Peace.